Do you think that to transform your body, gain strength, and look powerful after 50 you need a state-of-the-art gym, sophisticated machines, expensive personal trainers, and miracle supplements? Think again. Our ancestors, Spartans, Vikings, Roman gladiators, forged imposing and functional physiques using nothing more than their body weight and what nature provided them. That is why today I reveal to you the 7 oldest exercises that continue to build brute and functional strength, even better than many modern methods. Exercises with history, proven effectiveness, and that activate your entire body. Stay until the end, because exercise number 4 will surprise you. It's simple, anyone can do it, and it can transform your posture, your spine, and even your mental health. Let's discover why the body remains the most perfect machine ever created. Exercise 1. Box jump. Imagine for a moment our hunter-gatherer ancestors, forced to overcome fallen logs, sharp rocks, and rushing rivers to survive. Jumping wasn't a luxury, but a vital necessity that meant the difference between catching prey or going hungry. Today, the box jump recovers that biological heritage, allowing us to train the same explosive power our ancestors needed. By jumping onto a stable platform, whether a wooden box, a sturdy bench, or even a wide step, we engage in a coordinated way the major muscle groups of the legs, quadriceps, glutes, and calves. But the real value of the box jump goes far beyond muscles. Studies in biomechanics and neurophysiology have shown that this exercise intensely stimulates fast-twitch muscle fibers, responsible for explosive movements and high-speed reactions. These fibers, which tend to atrophy with sedentary lifestyles and age, are key to maintaining not only athletic power but also everyday functionality, climbing stairs with ease, quickly standing from a chair, or reacting to a stumble. In essence, the box jump is a tool to restore the body's innate ability to generate sudden and safe force, something fundamental for joint health and fall prevention, especially after age 40. Additionally, the neuromuscular benefit of the box jump is remarkable. Each jump is a conversation between the brain and body. The central nervous system coordinates strength, trajectory, and balance, while the brain adjusts technique in milliseconds to land safely. This phenomenon, known as neuromotor activation patterns, trains proprioception and intermuscular coordination, skills that directly translate into better athletic performance and lower injury risk. That's why technique is essential. Place your feet shoulder-width apart, slightly bend your knees, swing your arms to generate momentum, and always land with bent knees to cushion the impact, protecting your knees and spine. According to sports science experts, performing 3 sets of 8 repetitions, starting with a moderate height and progressively increasing, is enough to see significant improvements in just a few weeks, greater strength, better balance, and a noticeable increase in vertical jump capacity. On a metabolic level, the box jump is also a powerful cardiovascular stimulus that quickly raises heart rate, helping burn calories and improve heart health. In this way, more than just a simple exercise, the box jump is a way to reconnect with our evolutionary history, awaken dormant muscle fibers, and empower the body in a comprehensive way, without the need for expensive machines. Exercise 2. The bear walk. The bear walk is an ancestral exercise that connects us directly with the way our ancestors built their strength, long before gyms or routines divided by muscle groups existed. By hugging a heavy object against the chest, such as a sack, a medicine ball, or even a water barrel, and walking for 30 to 60 seconds, we force the entire musculoskeletal system to work synergistically. The core contracts to stabilize the spine, the back muscles activate to maintain an upright posture, the arms and forearms work isometrically to hold the weight, and the legs generate the necessary force to move forward. Interestingly, according to studies in biomechanics and exercise physiology, this movement pattern combines concentric, eccentric, and isometric muscle contractions, simultaneously activating both slow and fast twitch fibers. This mixed stimulus not only generates functional hypertrophy, strength that serves real life, but also improves cardiovascular endurance, intermuscular coordination, and lumbopelvic stability, key factors in injury prevention. Beyond the physical aspect, the bear walk has a profound impact on developing what some trainers call hug strength, an essential capacity for daily life that gym machines can't replicate. Think about carrying a sleeping child, moving heavy grocery bags, or firmly holding an opponent in contact sports. All those actions depend on powerful contraction of the pectoralis major, anterior deltoids, and especially the deep core musculature, including the transverse abdominis and spinal erectors. Research published in the Journal of Strength shows that front-loaded exercises like the bear walk generate higher levels of activation in the rectus abdominis and obliques compared to traditional core exercises, thanks to the constant need to stabilize a weight whose center of gravity shifts with each step. Moreover, walking under load activates neuromuscular reflexes that improve dynamic balance, far superior to what is achieved with static exercises. That's why, more than a trend, the bear walk is a reminder that useful strength arises from movements that challenge the entire body and demand coordination and mental endurance. Start with moderate loads you can carry for 30 seconds, ensure your spine remains neutral and shoulders open, and progressively increase. In just a few weeks, you'll notice not only more strength but also a tangible improvement in your posture, your breathing, and your confidence in movement. Exercise 3. Inverted row on a low bar. If we go back thousands of years, we'll discover that humans didn't just walk or run to survive, they also climbed. They climbed trees to gather fruits, scaled rocks to explore safe caves or escape predators, and crossed rudimentary walls built to protect villages. This ancestral gesture of pulling our own weight is something we can now reclaim with a simple yet extremely effective exercise, the inverted row. Using a low bar, or even a sturdy table at home, we place the body in a straight line from heels to head, as if it were a plank. From there, we pull the chest toward the bar while keeping the elbows close to the torso, actively contracting the dorsal muscles, and then lower ourselves down in a controlled manner. This pattern simultaneously activates the major back muscles, such as the latissimus dorsi and rhomboids, the biceps brachii, the trapezius, and the deep core, including the transverse abdominis, essential for stabilizing the spine. Studies in biomechanics and functional training have shown that horizontal pulling exercises, like the inverted row, help balance the overuse of the anterior muscles, pectorals and front deltoids, caused by modern activities like typing, driving, or using a mobile phone, thus preventing thoracic kyphosis and the dreaded forward shoulder. The most interesting aspect of the inverted row is its ability to rebuild natural movement patterns that are part of our evolutionary memory. Scientifically speaking, it strengthens the posterior chain, a key muscle group for maintaining an upright posture, stabilizing the spine, and protecting the lower back from injury. Additionally, being a bodyweight exercise, it teaches the nervous system to coordinate multiple muscle segments harmoniously, improving proprioception, body awareness in space, and intermuscular coordination, two essential factors for both athletic performance and daily life. From a physiological point of view, the inverted row provides a mixed stimulus. It combines maximum strength, muscular endurance, and the activation of fast-twitch fibers, responsible for explosive movements, and slow-twitch fibers, key for maintaining posture. This balance makes the exercise a comprehensive tool that not only generates functional hypertrophy but also improves scapular stability, reduces neck discomfort, and promotes more efficient breathing by opening the chest. To start, 3 sets of 8 repetitions are ideal. As you gain strength, you can increase the body's incline or place your feet on an elevated surface to increase intensity. Always remember to keep your torso firm, avoiding the hips from dropping or the spine from arching. More important than the number of reps is the quality of movement. For all these reasons, the inverted row is much more than just a substitute for pull-ups. It's a gateway to developing the pulling strength that our ancestors mastered naturally and which today, paradoxically, has become rare and valuable. Incorporating it into your routine means not only building a stronger and more aesthetic back, but also regaining the ability to climb, grip, and stabilize, qualities that defined human survival for millennia. Over time, you'll notice improved posture, relief from neck and shoulder pain, and even your daily movements, from carrying bags to standing up from a chair, will become smoother and more secure. Exercise 4. Farmer's Walk. The farmer's walk consists of holding a weight in each hand, dumbbells, kettlebells, water jugs, or even filled buckets, and walking while maintaining an upright posture, shoulders back, and core engaged. Scientifically speaking, the farmer's walk simultaneously activates multiple muscle chains. The forearms and hands develop extraordinary grip strength, the trapezius and deltoids stabilize the shoulders, the deep core, including the transverse abdominis and spinal erectors, protects the spine, and the legs generate the necessary force to move forward steadily. This type of exercise is classified as functional load training because it replicates movement patterns that humans have performed for millennia, long before gym machines existed. Research published in the Journal of Strength and Conditioning Research shows that this load and move pattern generates high levels of isometric muscle activation, especially in the core and traps, as well as a significant cardiovascular stimulus similar to that of high-intensity exercises. Beyond aesthetics, the grip strength developed with the farmer's walk has extraordinary clinical importance. Numerous studies, including one from the British Medical Journal, have revealed that grip strength is a reliable predictor of overall health, quality of life, and even longevity, as it reflects the global strength of the musculoskeletal system and the central nervous system. By improving this strength, not only will you be able to carry shopping bags or lift your children more easily, but you'll also reduce the risk of falls and fractures in old age. Additionally, walking under load strengthens lumbopelvic stability and spinal alignment, something essential for those who spend many hours sitting or suffer from lower back pain. The metabolic impact of the farmer's walk should not be underestimated either. By recruiting large muscle groups for several seconds or minutes, oxygen consumption and calorie expenditure increase even after finishing the exercise, a phenomenon known as excess post-exercise oxygen consumption. To start, just choose a weight you can hold for 30 seconds while maintaining proper technique, torso upright, eyes forward, and firm steps, avoiding swinging the weight side to side. Over time, you can increase the duration, distance, or load, adapting the exercise to your strength level and goals. In short, the farmer's walk not only builds strong shoulders and an iron grip, it also trains the mind, improves coordination, and restores to the body a functional strength that translates into safety, joint health, and a higher quality of life. Exercise 5. Burpees. When we talk about movements that summarize, in a single exercise, the essence of human survival, few are as complete and brutally effective as burpees. This exercise, devised in the 1930s by physiologist Royal H. Burpee to assess soldiers' physical condition, almost perfectly simulates the dynamic of falling to the ground to take cover or dodge danger and quickly getting back up to keep moving. Each repetition combines, in a single flow, a squat, a plank, a push-up, and an explosive jump, creating a sequence that involves practically every muscle group in the body: quadriceps, glutes, pectorals, deltoids, triceps, abdominals, and spinal erectors. From a biomechanical standpoint, this means we work both the anterior and posterior chains, developing functional strength that directly translates into safer and more powerful everyday movements. But beyond strength, the true value of burpees lies in their ability to push the heart and lungs to the limit in seconds, as they rapidly raise heart rate and sustain that effort throughout the entire set. This effect is comparable to that of a HIIT workout, widely studied for its ability to improve both aerobic and anaerobic capacity, as well as increase total calorie expenditure even after the exercise ends. From a scientific perspective, studies published in the Journal of Strength show that a short session of burpees can generate metabolic responses similar to much longer or more complex traditional exercises, ideal for those with little time to train. Moreover, since they require no equipment, burpees are an extremely accessible option. You can do them at home, in a park, or even in a hotel room, making them the perfect ally for maintaining physical fitness under any circumstances. However, the real magic of burpees lies not only in the muscles or the heart but also in the brain. This exercise demands complex motor coordination. You must control the descent to the ground, the kickback, the push-up, the return to the squat position, and the vertical jump, all in fractions of a second. This process strengthens proprioception, the ability to perceive your body's position in space, which is key to preventing injuries and improving performance in other sports. To start, it is recommended to perform 3 sets of 5 to 10 repetitions, always prioritizing quality over quantity, straight back, tight core, and a powerful final jump. As your physical condition improves, you can increase the number of repetitions or shorten the rest periods to intensify the cardiovascular stimulus. In just a few weeks, you'll notice not only an increase in endurance and overall strength but also improvements in coordination, agility, and most importantly, in mental discipline, because each repetition is a small challenge to your will to keep going when your body wants to stop. Exercise 6. Hanging from a bar. This basic gesture hides enormous benefits for health and functional strength. From a biomechanical perspective, hanging generates axial traction that helps gently decompress the vertebrae, releasing tension accumulated from poor posture, sedentary habits, or long hours in front of screens. Studies published in the Journal of Physical Therapy Science confirm that hanging reduces intervertebral pressure, promotes space between discs, and relieves lumbar and cervical discomfort. But the benefits go far beyond the spine. The simple act of supporting your weight involves intense isometric contraction of essential posture and performance muscles, such as the lats, rhomboids, trapezius, and rear deltoids. This constant effort strengthens grip, one of the most reliable indicators of overall health and longevity according to research from The Lancet and the British Medical Journal. Having a strong grip not only improves your ability to lift objects or play contact sports, but it's also associated with lower risk of falls, better bone density, and greater autonomy in old age. From an evolutionary point of view, hanging is a movement imprinted in our DNA. Early hominids climbed trees to find food or escape predators. By reclaiming this natural pattern, we not only reactivate forgotten muscles but also neuromuscular circuits that enhance proprioception and motor coordination. When you hang, your brain learns to stabilize the scapulae and shoulders, protecting you from common injuries like tendinitis or impingements. Additionally, hanging gently stimulates scapular and thoracic mobility, counteracting the effect of rounded shoulders caused by mobile phone or computer use. To begin, it's enough to hang for 20 to 30 seconds, prioritizing technique, hands shoulder width apart, active scapulae, as if pushing the bar with them, and a tight core. Over time, you can increase to 60 seconds or try more demanding variations, like one-arm hangs or adding controlled swinging movements to engage the dynamic core. This progression not only increases grip strength but also strengthens the deep shoulder musculature, key for maintaining a stable and healthy joint. Beyond the direct effect on the spine and shoulders, hanging has a remarkable metabolic and psychological impact. The isometric activation of large muscles slightly elevates heart rate and improves blood circulation to the upper body. This increased flow helps nourish joint and tendon tissues, promoting recovery after other workouts. On a mental level, hanging requires patience and breath control, reducing stress and creating a brief moment of bodily awareness in the daily routine. In short, hanging from a bar is not just an exercise, it is a conscious return to an ancestral movement that balances strength, mobility, and joint health. Including it in your daily routine, even just 1 minute a day, can transform your posture, your grip, and your overall well-being more deeply than many complex gym exercises. Exercise 7. Deep squat. When we talk about essential movements for human life, few actions are as universal and fundamental as the deep squat. This pattern, which involves lowering the hips below the knees while keeping the torso upright, is not just a strength exercise, it's a natural gesture our ancestors performed daily to rest, cook, or work the land. Today, the goblet squat, holding a dumbbell or kettlebell against the chest, allows us to recover that ancestral pattern, but with an added stimulus that enhances its benefits. Holding the weight in front of the body forces intense activation of the core, transverse abdominis and spinal erectors, to prevent the torso from leaning forward, improving lumbar stability and protecting the spine. It also encourages a more upright posture during the descent, something especially useful for those who suffer from stiffness in the thoracic spine or shoulders. From a biomechanical standpoint, the deep squat activates large muscle groups in a balanced way: quadriceps, glutes, hamstrings, and adductors, while the foot muscles and hip stabilizers work to maintain balance. According to studies published in the Journal of Strength, this type of squat offers greater activation of posterior chain muscles compared to partial squats, as well as improved ankle and hip mobility, key factors in preventing injuries. Beyond the muscles, the deep squat has functional and metabolic effects that make it one of the best exercises in existence. Descending fully until the hips are below the knees gently stretches the tendons and ligaments of the hips, knees, and ankles, increasing joint range of motion and contributing to better long-term joint health. This dynamic stretch, performed in a controlled manner, promotes blood circulation in the pelvic and lumbar areas, which can relieve discomfort caused by a sedentary lifestyle. Moreover, since it involves so many muscle groups in a single repetition, the deep squat increases caloric expenditure and stimulates anabolic hormones such as testosterone and growth hormone, which are essential for maintaining muscle mass and bone health, especially after the age of 40. From an evolutionary perspective, this exercise replicates the squat resting pattern still observed in many traditional cultures, where people spend long periods squatting without experiencing knee or lower back problems, something that contrasts with the joint stiffness typical of modern life. To fully benefit, it's important to always prioritize technique, keep the chest upright, heels on the ground, and knees aligned with the feet, avoiding them collapsing inward during the descent. A common mistake is to excessively lean the torso forward or lift the heels, which indicates a lack of mobility in the ankles or hips. In such cases, it may help to work on specific stretches or start with a lighter weight until the movement is mastered. As a practical recommendation, start with 3 sets of 10 repetitions using a weight you can control without compromising posture, and progressively increase. More than just a gym exercise, the deep front-loaded squat is a complete tool to build functional strength, improve joint mobility, and restore a natural ability that we should have never lost. Including it in your weekly routine will not only transform your legs and glutes but also improve your posture, knee and hip health, and your overall daily quality of life. Your body is the best machine ever designed, and the amazing thing about these 8 ancient exercises is that, despite having originated centuries or even millennia ago, they remain irreplaceable because they respect natural biomechanics and the movement patterns our body evolved for: pushing, pulling, carrying, squatting, jumping, and moving. Modern exercise physiology studies, published in journals like Journal of Strength and British Journal of Sports Medicine, show that these types of functional movements recruit multiple muscle groups and kinetic chains, strengthening not only the visible muscles but also tendons, ligaments, and joints. This improves balance, neuromuscular coordination, and bone density, key factors for an active life and for preventing injuries and pain caused by sedentarism or overly isolated training. The most valuable part is that you don't need complex machines or viral routines to achieve this. Just return to moving the way the body was designed to move, respecting joint mobility and listening to your limits. Also, incorporating these exercises is not just a matter of physical strength, but of integral health. They help improve posture, motor control, and cardiovascular endurance, and they reinforce confidence and mental discipline. Because when you face movements that demand balance, power, and control, you also train the mind to overcome discomfort and persevere. If you found this content useful, give it a like, subscribe to the channel, and activate the notification bell to discover more about functional strength, ancestral health, and the science of movement, and tell us in the comments, which of these 7 exercises are you going to try first? Remember, your best gym is your own body, and training it as it was designed is the true path to real and lasting strength. Your body and your health will thank you. Thank you for watching this video and see you soon.